Welcome to the Rooted Healing Podcast, where we heal and reconnect our inner and outer landscapes. To honour the Wheel of the Year, the beloved ceremonialist Isla Macleod and I have come together to offer these immersive episodes as an invitation into deeper intimacy with inner and outer seasonality. Each one weaves ritual, story, and reflection in the hope of inspiring beauty and more intentional ways of relating with the living world around us.
After a morning of gathering elderflowers and wild roses, stroking swathes of wild grasses, and hearing the hum of bees amongst the hedgerows, I am feeling the thrum of summer swirling around and within. As my garden blooms, and I've been enjoying the first crunchy lettuce leaves from seed sown in spring, there is a constant reminder from nature to bathe in her beauty and imbibe her wild medicines. Cleavers, nettle, fennel, and dandelion are finding their way to my water every day, alongside elderflower, rose, and honeysuckle decoctions. I've been delighting in finding wild strawberries hidden in unexpected places, and adorning salads with daisies and the first nasturtiums, replenishing my body with vital seasonal food and feeding the senses with beauty and flavour. There is something about the hum of summer, the exquisite symphony of life in constant dialogue through song and rhythm. I feel a heady pulse to these bright, longer days that can be intoxicating. We are outwardly buzzing with more opportunities for being together outside, dancing at festivals, camping under the stars, swimming in wild waters. Inwardly, we feel invigorated, our spirit revived, but the body may feel overlooked. Late nights, overindulging the senses, being on the go constantly. I find deep nourishment in turning towards the plants to replenish my physical body as they so generously offer up their medicine and invite us into deeper presence and conscious relationship. For this phase of the creative life cycle is all about collaboration. When I look to the meadow beyond my garden, I am aware of the countless relationships weaving together. The bee and the blossom, root and mycelium, bird and hedgerow, soil and water. Our own creative flowering is dependent on how we nurture our relationships. And summer shows us how abundance is born through connection and the exchange of gifts, ideas, energy, and care. At this point in the cycle, creativity longs to move beyond the self and into conversation with others. We gather, share, co-create, and cross-pollinate, each bringing our own unique medicine to the collective whole. There is a particular magic in allowing our ideas to intermingle with those of others, trusting that something richer, more diverse, and more alive can emerge. Nature reflects the way that collaboration enables a weaving together of many voices into a thriving ecosystem of creation. With the warmth and longer days, I feel drawn to becoming more intimate with the natural world and soften my edges so I become more sensitive to this invitation for collaboration. I hear the invitation of summer as a sexy song, beckoning me to come, play, and let loose, to unwind as the spiral expands, and let go of some of the structure to daily rhythms, and be more spontaneous, free, and receptive to the impulse to create, dance, and be wild. In doing so, I notice how inspiration arrives through presence and curiosity, rather than striving. I find whispers of beauty on the scent of honeysuckle carried on the evening air from my sweet spot in the garden, and hear soft lullabies as I sit with the river alum and watch the dance of light upon the ripples of water. Summer teaches me that creativity is a living current that I can choose to attune to. The more I loosen my grip and allow space for wonder, delight, and serendipity, the more readily creative sparks find me and potential collaborations come towards me. To collaborate with life requires a willingness to be surprised and say yes to invitations that were not part of the plan, recognizing them as divine intervention. We are asked to welcome whatever arises in the field of our awareness and let go of our resistance to what is. When there is an unexpected meeting or email, a chance encounter, or a melody that keeps playing in your head, are you willing to change direction and trust in what life is offering up? Nature is constantly improvising, responding, and creating in relationship. And at the height of her abundance, she reminds me that I am part of this great web of co-creation. My role and my service is to listen, respond, and participate wholeheartedly in the dance. When we view the wheel of the year as a map of the creative life cycle, we can attune to the different elements that preside over each of the 8 festivals to gain a deeper understanding of the energies at play at the seasonal thresholds. Summer solstice is in the south of the wheel, aligned with the element of fire and the phase of the full moon. This reflects the expansiveness and intensity we feel during the summer months, a time of ripening and fullness, when we need to be proactive at gathering the fruits and flowers before they turn, and stay attentive to our inner fire so it doesn't burn out or get out of control. Fire is the great animator of life and reminds us of the animate spirit within all beings. Fire is felt in the spark of inspiration that quickens the imagination and the courage that compels us to bring our visions into form. They also provide the warmth and heart of community that draws us into relationship with one another. Whilst winter asks us to tend the solitary flame within, summer invites that flame to meet the fire of others so that we can dance together. As we gather around the hearth, the campfire, or the festival bonfire, we remember that creativity is a communal act of weaving our gifts together and celebrating the fertility and diversity of life. As we arrive at the apex of the solar year here in the Northern Hemisphere, we stand at a luminous threshold through which the currents of nature shift and reorient. At these sacred turning points, we are invited to recalibrate to consciously align with the deeper earth and solar rhythms. They offer a time to pause, reflect, create ritual, walk a pilgrimage, gather in community, and celebrate the journey you are on. Everywhere we look, nature reminds us that growth is a miracle, as what once existed only as potential takes visible form. Yet, because this process surrounds us, we often overlook its mystery and the subtle ways we ourselves have changed and evolved. The summer solstice provides an opportunity to become conscious participants in this miracle through our gratitude, celebration, and reciprocity. When we pause to praise what is blooming and honour what has inspired and nourished us, we complete a sacred cycle of exchange that feeds the more than human world as we acknowledge our dependency on the web of relationships we are part of. Take a few moments to reflect upon the past 6 months. What has shifted, emerged, or strengthened within you? What challenges have shaped your path and revealed hidden reserves of resilience? Which seeds have begun to flower, and which remain rooted beneath the surface? I find it helpful to remind myself that not all growth is visible, and some dreams require years of tending before they bear fruit. Notice what has asked for your devotion, your patience, and your trust. What deserves your gratitude? What longs to be celebrated? How might you mark this moment of ripening and acknowledge the journey that has brought you here? The seasonal thresholds also invite us to consider what we are cultivating with our lives. Our choices, relationships, attention, and devotion all shape the future that is slowly emerging through us. When we are receptive to the creative life force and willing to dance with it, be changed and inspired by it, we discover the harmony and coherence available to us at this solstice threshold as we align with the way of nature. There is no certainty of what is to come, but we can choose to surrender to the mystery with open hearts, trusting that the same intelligence that unfurls the rose or ripens the berry is also moving through our lives. When we listen deeply and follow its subtle currents, we find ourselves carried into a more intimate relationship with the sacred unfolding of life. Summer solstice, or Litha, marks the longest day of the year, when the sun reaches the height of their power and vitality. Midsummer is a celebration of abundance and life's blooming beauty, a time for gathering together to honour the generosity of nature and share in joy, music, and feasting before the gradual waning of the light begins. Across Britain and Europe, the sun is revered for their life-giving energy, and Midsummer Eve is often celebrated with great bonfires lit upon hilltops and village greens. People dance around the flames, leap over the embers for luck, purification, and fertility, and remain awake through the shortest night to greet the dawn. In Wales, Devon, and many parts of Europe, flaming wheels would roll down hillsides and into rivers, symbolizing the sun's journey across the heavens and blessing the land with vitality and abundance. Midsummer is also believed to be a magical threshold, when the veil between worlds grows thin and nature's enchantment is at its strongest. Wells, springs, and sacred waters are visited for healing and blessing rituals, and divination practices are common, especially amongst young people seeking insight into love, destiny, and the future. It is said that fern seed, gathered at midnight on Midsummer's Eve, bestows wisdom and second sight upon those fortunate enough to find it. Through a more mythical lens, Litha is associated with the Oak King, ruler of the waxing half of the year, whose strength, courage, and vitality bring the land into full bloom. The Celtic name for oak, Dieu, translates as doorway, reflecting the tree's association with thresholds, initiation, and passage between worlds. At summer solstice, the Oak King reaches the height of his reign, before yielding to the Holly King, guardian of the waning year. This myth is evocative of the way every culmination contains the seed of decline, and every ending the promise of renewal.
O Kokuvo, King of trees in your crown of gold, you are the door to worlds unseen, in winter bare and in summer green. From gold to green and gold once more, your leaves will turn before they fall, when twice you've worn your golden crown. Each season's harvest comes tumbling down. O Kokuvo, King of trees in your crown of gold, you are the door to worlds unseen, in winter bare and in summer green.
With nature overflowing in her abundance, Litha is also associated with the Great Mother in her aspect of fertility and fruition. Goddesses such as Ceres, Demeter, and Ceridwen embody this generous force of nourishment, creativity, and harvest. In agricultural communities, farmers process around their fields carrying lighted torches, blessing the crops and giving thanks for the promise of the coming harvest. Flowers, greenery, and garlands are gathered and woven to adorn homes and animals alike, celebrating the sacred relationship between people and the land that sustains them. Midsummer is considered one of the most potent times for gathering medicinal and magical herbs, and has become a seasonal ritual I find most fulfilling and evocative of the invitation of Litha. Plants such as St. John's wort, vervain, yarrow, and chamomile are harvested at dawn or dusk, when their healing virtues are believed to be at their strongest. Mugwort is gathered under the full moon, nearest the solstice, when their energy reaches their peak. These herbs can be woven into garlands, hung above doorways for protection, added to ritual fires, or carried as charms throughout the year.
Midsummer eclipsed, full buck moon, motherwort, southernward, already in bloom. In my night garden, silver shadows, taste of secrets, pungent and pearly, pennyroyal, skullcap, delicate, holy.
As with each seasonal festival, it is a time for giving thanks, nurturing connection, and integrating the journey. We are celebrating all that has grown during the outward cycle of the sun, the swelling grain, and the seeds within. We are also reminded at the summer solstice that nothing lasts forever, that the light will fade once more. So appreciate each moment and cultivate a deeper trust in the rhythms and cycles of life, to become more adaptable and responsive to change. With this awareness, we can meet life as it is unfolding, expressing our gratitude for what is, as we learn the beauty of both blooming and releasing, and the impermanence that weaves through everything. This solstice tide, attune to the natural energies by spending more time outside, as you allow your wilder sensual nature to explore, feel, play, and delight in your physical form. Seek out what brings you pleasure and vitality, and allow yourself to be nourished by the world in bloom. Let music move through you, and allow the vitality of summer to awaken joy, gratitude, and freedom within your body. Dedicate a ceremonial fire to the sun, feeding it with herbs, gratitude, and prayers for life that acknowledge all that has enabled the flourishing within and around you. Share stories, songs, and poetry around the fire, into the night, honouring the oral traditions that help communities remember their connection to place and one another. You could also create a torchlit procession and include effigies of the sun, Earth Mother, Green Man, dragons, or other symbols of fertility that can be carried through the landscape as songs and prayers are offered to the land. Through dancing, feasting, ritual, and celebration, we share in the collaborative energy of summer, reinforcing our sense of kinship and the joy of co-creation. Bring the spirit of summer into your home by adorning your spaces with bouquets of wildflowers, roses and grasses gathered from hedgerows and gardens. You might also create a summer altar to express your gratitude, celebrating the season's abundance with flowers and grains, candles, and the vibrant colour of red or gold, yellow, orange. Allow these simple acts of beauty to remind you of the fullness and generosity of this time of year, and create a sense of anchoring amidst the swirling energy of summer.
Out of blossom clouds of white, cheer us in the summer's light. Elder berries round and ripe, soothe us through the winter's night.
Gather seasonal herbs and healing plants to create tinctures, flower essences, teas, and remedies. Collect elderflowers for cordials, champagne or fritters, and infuse honey with aromatic herbs such as sage, thyme, and rosemary to create nourishing medicine for the colder months ahead. Weave together flowers and herbs into wreaths or crowns for solstice celebrations. And sit quietly with the plants that surround you, observing their forms, colours, and movements. Summer is the season of their fullest expression, making it an especially potent time to listen, communicate, and learn from their wisdom. Ask questions, seek guidance, and record your reflections in a journal. As daylight lingers long into the evening, seek opportunities to deepen your relationship with the natural world. Spend a night beneath the stars in a hammock or bivy bag, listening to the sounds of the night and marvelling at the vastness above. Feel your skin tickled by the breeze and your bare feet grounded upon the earth as you open your senses to receive the subtle gestures from the world around you. Wake early and witness the sun rising in all their gracious glory, and collect the dew of midsummer morning to wash your face or add to magical concoctions to promote vitality, healing, and abundance. How are you being invited to participate in life's unfolding and become more consciously intimate with creation? As we stand at the luminous threshold of summer solstice, may the blessings of fire awaken your courage, creativity, and devotion to what you love. May wonder remain close to your heart as you express the gratitude upon your lips and the joy within your body. May you taste the sweetness of this season and recognize the countless relationships that sustain your life, the plants that nourish you, the sun that revives your spirit, the creatures that pollinate the flowers, and the people who walk beside you on the path. May the sun warm the seeds you have tended since winter, bringing them into bloom with clarity, vitality, and purpose as you celebrate all that is growing and ripening in your life. May you trust the mysterious intelligence that moves through all living things, celebrate the abundance that surrounds you, and offer your unique gifts to the great web of life with generosity and joy. Blessed be this season of ripening, and blessed be you as you dance with its flames.
Thank you for being here with the Rooted Healing community. You can support the show and receive many gifts in our Patreon community, and you can visit rootedhealing.org to learn more about our gatherings and courses. The wonderful music in this episode is from Mango Lassie, Telling the Bees, The Children's Forest, Dory Joy, and Knevin. I'm your host, Veronica Stanwell. Thanks for listening.